You're going to profit from something that only makes most people poorer. It's called inflation profiting. It's the fifth way that real estate simultaneously pays you. Yes, here it is, the conclusion of the 5-part video course, Real Estate Pays 5 Ways. We're going to get your total return on investment. That's a number that's frankly so high-flying and eye-popping, you wouldn't believe that this were achievable without inordinate risk if you didn't watch the first 4 videos in the series, which starts right here with video 1. Today is also the day that I give you your free gift as promised. Let's do it. Hi, I'm Keith Weinhold, Get Rich Education founder, Forbes Real Estate Council member, best-selling author, longtime real estate investor, and inventor of Real Estate Pays 5 Ways. A conventional financial advisor, they often sell investment products that tout something like a 10% return from the S&P 500 over time. Ask, however, your financial advisor about the 5 drags on that return. 10% minus inflation, emotion, taxes, fees, and volatility, and your adjusted return is often less than zero. I mean, just look at their track record. Stocks and mutual funds don't make anyone wealthy. They might just preserve wealth if you already have it or you already built it. Strategically bought real estate has hegemony over all the other asset classes precisely because it pays 5 ways. And either you can be a conformer or you can build wealth. If you want to escape mediocrity, you can't run with the herd, and you need to get into lots of good debt. It sounds scary until you realize that that debt is tied to a carefully selected income property where your entire debt payments are reliably outsourced to tenants. Debt, taxes, and inflation make most people poorer because they either don't have the resources or they don't know how to arrange their financial life. They don't have any strategy. Monetary inflation, therefore, makes most people poorer. With the debased purchasing power of the dollar, they just see that the price of a new car goes from $50K to $60K, or that their Subway sandwich goes from $9 to $10. But debt, taxes, and inflation make the educated person, you and I, wealthier, and here's how. You and I wouldn't save by stashing $1 million under the mattress, because 3% inflation, that would debase its purchasing power by $30K every year. So we do the opposite of saving. We borrow. For every $1 million you borrow, well, every year, say that with inflation, your wage and salary and rent income all go higher by 3%. Oh, now it gets easier to pay back your $1 million loan, all while the tenant pays the interest in this case. So after 1 year, you only owe that bank back $970K in inflation-adjusted dollars, and $940K after year 2, and $910K after year 3. Inflation debases savings and debt at the same rate. So borrow instead of save. And see, this is actually why the top-selling financial author of all time, Robert Kiyosaki, says savers are losers, debtors are winners. That's what he's talking about. In an inflationary world, don't be a saver, be a savvy debtor. Here's the long-term direction of the dollar, and that's the past, but in the future, you can count on more inflation. See, the government needs inflation to occur. The easiest way for the U.S. to repay its tens of trillions in debt is just to keep printing many more dollars. That process debases every dollar that you're currently holding onto. It's pretty surreptitious. Inflation transfers wealth from lenders to borrowers. You, financially free, beats debt-free. Financially free means that you have enough residual income to exceed all of your living expenses. Who cares about the debt when both tenants and inflation are relentlessly paying it down for you? If you're doing real estate right, which means buying an income-producing property with a loan, that's the simple formula here, you are not hedged against inflation okay? Because hedging, that's just merely a defensive position. You're doing better than that. You're actually profiting from inflation, and we'll tally up this fifth way shortly. But when you understand how inflation both pumps up your real estate value and debases your debt at the same time, it turns your world upside down and you almost become an inflation cheerleader. Inflation is now good for you. And as this 5-part course is about to conclude, please understand though, some risk still exists. You could buy in the wrong market, hire the wrong property manager, buy the wrong property. I mean, you're still going to have some inevitable problems along the way. Over leverage is a risk. Over leverage means that you take on so much debt that you can't make the monthly payments. So you can still lose money, but from watching this or engaging with our free coaching, you increase your chances greatly of being profitable. Carefully bought real estate has the best risk-adjusted return. And here we go. Let's look at what it is. Following through with our example across all 5 videos of your $200K income property that you made a $50K down payment on, that's a $150K loan that you took out. At a 3% inflation rate each year, your debt is then being debased by $4,500. This is the most quiet, hidden wealth generator that most investors just don't know about. $4,500 of inflation profiting divided by your $50K down payment means that you have another 9% rate of return. Add this onto the 29% running total in the first 4 videos, and you have an astounding 38% total rate of return from the 5 ways that real estate pays. 38%. I mean, you are really understanding why wealthy people's money either starts out in real estate or ends up in real estate. And you can see how you don't have to be wealthy to start. That was all in year 1. And I mean, if someone asks you why real estate, you could just hold up 5 fingers and explain it that way. Now let me tell you about your future rates of return and then give you your gift. Returns fall over time due to the accumulation of equity in your property. We had 38% in year 1, maybe it would be 32% in year 2, and 25% in year 3. In my other videos, I talk about how you can limit your return attrition, but these are amazing rates of return compounding evidence that compound leverage blows away compound interest. Again, debt, taxes, and inflation are making you wealthy. How? When you buy an income property with a loan. Even if real estate values fall, you can still get paid 4 other ways. And I did have that happen to me in 2008. I wasn't concerned with selling a property, though, that was temporarily suppressed in value when tenants are still paying me monthly income. Most real estate investors don't understand the 5 ways. Most real estate educators don't understand this either, but now you do. To get this 38% total ROI, again, at times I simplified throughout. Your real world return will likely be different, higher or lower than 38%. People with a scarcity-based mindset, they live below their means for decades. Those with an abundance mindset don't live below their means for long. They grow their means, and now you know about a vehicle for actually doing it. You may very well want to review this series. I'd like to think it's the most complete yet still concise way of understanding all the ways a real estate investor gets paid. I'd like to ask you for something, and then I have more important things to tell you and give you your gift. As I made this course free, if you would please share the wealth, share the course with a friend. I'm sure you know somebody that would benefit from this information. You can use the link in this first of 5 ways video above and share it. If you want to learn more, I talk about optimizing the 5 ways you're paid and so many more investing mistakes to avoid on the Get Rich Education audio podcast. It's different from this show. Sometimes I interview guests, including other well-known ones like Robert Kiyosaki and Grant Cardone that have been on the show with me multiple times. You can listen to Get Rich Education on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Finally, you can just copy me and buy properties where I buy them at gremarketplace.com. It probably does take about a 40 to 50K minimum down payment to get started, much like we used in our example. Properties are either new build or renovated. Tenants are in place. There's a property management solution if you like. And optionally, our free investment coaching service there helps you learn your goals, avoid mistakes, and then it helps match you with the right areas and properties. You can connect directly with our completely free investment coaching service at greinvestmentcoach.com. And I've got that free gift for you. Everything that we discussed in the course has been all distilled down into one colorful infographic that you can view, download, or even print out on one 8.5 by 14 sheet of paper. And my team and I went back and forth on this infographic for several rounds to make it just right. In the video description below, you can view it and get it right there. It's all summarized on one graphic. It's a memento of this course and the time that we spent together. Now you know how real estate makes ordinary people wealthy. I'm Get Rich Education's Keith Weinhold. Thanks for being here, but you weren't here for me, you were here for you.